Hello everyone, my name is Vortex and welcome to another Star Wars gaming video. With 2024 right around the corner, I thought it would be a good time to talk about the upcoming Ubisoft open world game Star Wars Outlaws and what we know so far. So let's get into the video. Now this game has me, and I'm sure a lot of you, very excited. An open world Star Wars game is something we have wanted for a very long time. Games like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor gave us a glimpse on what an open world Star Wars game could look like. So what do we know so far? With no official release date confirmed yet, we do know that it will be released in 2024. It is being published by Ubisoft. Ubisoft are responsible for the Assassin's Creed and Far Cry franchise, and it is being developed by Massive Entertainment, who are responsible for Tom Clancy's The Division and more recently Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. You will be playing as Kay Vez, a new character in the Star Wars franchise, along with her cute companion Nix and ND5. Also known as ND, he is a commando droid from the Clone Wars era, who became an enforcer during the Empire's rise to power. The game takes place between the events of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I think it's also important to mention that it will only be playable on PC and current gen consoles. You won't be able to play it on the PS4 or Xbox One. In regards to the story, this is what we know so far. Kay was making a name for herself as a cunning thief. Kay found herself becoming one of the most wanted people in the galaxy. She was soon forced to take part in what was set to be one of the greatest heists in the history of the Outer Rim territory. Unfortunately for Kay, Nix and ND, they not only have the Empire after them, but they also have bounty hunters, so they must make their way across the galaxy in a race against time as they hope to survive. The gameplay trailer kicks off at the end of one of the game's quests as Kay and Nix steal an artifact from the Pike Syndicate. Nix is described as the only family that Kay has. They need to make their way through the chop shop for them to escape. This won't be easy though, as they have to try and take down enemies without being seen, which I think is a really cool idea. I really love when you're able to use stealth to get through missions, especially in likes of Spider-Man games. Using the stealth is something that I really enjoy, so I'm really happy about this, and you don't just have to blast your way through everything. But I know at one point I will be caught and I will end up blasting my way out of there. You can get Nix to create distractions for you so you can get around a bit more quietly and not be seen by the guards, which actually reminds me of BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor with Cal. And as you can see here, Nix has been able to get this crate that you can hold onto so you can move around a bit more quietly and avoid the guards. I do think this is a really good thing to have because it almost makes you be a bit more careful about the choices you make, directions you go in, what sort of distractions you want to create. You need to try and get around as quietly as possible. Now you do eventually get seen by the bad guys and you do have to blast your way out of there, but also I just wanted to say the yellow TIE fighter just there in the workshop, that is a really cool thing. It actually reminds me of Jedi Survivor. When you're wandering around Coruscant, you come across the iconic speeder from Attack of the Clones, where Anakin and Obi-Wan chase after the bounty hunter.
Well, you've lost him.
I'm deeply sorry, Master.
That was some shortcut, Anakin. He went completely the other way.
What an iconic scene though, honestly. Now let's talk about the combat. Kay's blaster has different functions for different types of combat. One mode seems to deliver a stronger shot to take down shields. There's a standard mode of course, but you can engage stun, which obviously links back to the stealth side of the game. You can upgrade your blaster as you make your way through the game's story, which will obviously make your blaster behave differently and you'll be able to do different things. It seems the only thing you have to worry about is the blaster overheating, a bit like in the Battlefront games. Now you can actually steal the enemy's weapons, which I think is really cool. It kind of reminds me of Hitman, when you can pick up the weapons and all, but a lot of the time they actually have less ammunition, which is kind of annoying. And you can blow up the barrels like you just saw there from likes of Clone Wars and Rebels. Obviously lots of colours, very bright, really cool that they've got that in there. And even though we didn't get to see a lot of it, the combat system actually looked really good and really clean and really crisp, and I am really looking forward to the combat in this game. And once you obviously make your escape, you try to get away on this speeder bike, and as you're getting away you will get an idea for the type of scenery and surroundings you're in. Again, it looks like a very desert orientated planet, a bit like Tatooine and Jakku. which to be honest is no surprise. I was kind of expecting that when the game was announced. Even like before we had like a name or a poster, we just heard that Ubisoft were going to be making an open world Star Wars game. I was certain it was either going to be Coruscant or it was going to be a desert like planet, a bit like Tatooine, because there's so much stuff with pirates and gangsters and all that, like the huts, you know. So this makes perfect sense. As you can see, there's plenty of action going on, you know, when you're trying to escape from the Syndicate. You know, you can blast them while you're riding. It's got boosters, you know, it just looks so cool, this sequence. You also have a health bar and a boost bar in the bottom right corner, as you can see. And in the top right corner there is an Empire looking shuttle, which is obviously going to land and try and get to you. And obviously you need to be able to get away from that somehow. Now, this is almost like your safe space. I've heard that, you know, different planets have these. They're like almost like little towns where you can go into bars, you can get customization, you know, areas, you get like rest areas. A bit like, you know, the main sort of little town place for Cal in Jedi Survivor. And this is also where we meet ND5 for the first time in the game. And you have to try and plan your escape as, you know, the Syndicate and the Empire are both after you. You get through some cutscenes with an Empire officer and you end up going on the run. As you get a wanted level and try to escape, you now not only have the Pike Syndicate after you, but you also now have the Empire. You need to leave the planet and escape. Now this is something I'm most excited about, is the ground to space travel. Being able to go from planet to planet and freely fly to space is such a great feeling. It's something we Star Wars fans have wanted in a game for a very, very long time. It's something we got quite close to with Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, but it's not quite the same because, you know, you don't have that, you know, that freedom to do it. It's basically automatic and, you know, it's like a cutscene type thing, whereas this is completely free. It's almost a bit like, you know, Starfield in that sense. I have also found out that you can land on Star Cruisers, a bit like in the original Battlefront 2 game from 2005. That's something I used to love doing, is, you know, landing on the enemy cruiser and taking it down from the inside. The fact you can do that is really interesting, and I can't wait to see what sort of stuff you can do on the other ships. And as you can see, there's a lot of debris around, and obviously the Empire are after you, so, you know, you've got to make your way through TIE fighters and you've got to take them down as well, which, again, looking at it here, the combat for space looks actually really good. Like, it doesn't look, you know, like glitchy or laggy or anything like that. It looks really crisp and clean, and obviously it said at the beginning of the trailer that this isn't the final cut, so it will actually be better than this, and if that's the case, I am here for it because it looks so good. And to be honest, we didn't actually get to see a lot of that planet, but there is 5 planets confirmed for Outlaws, including Tatooine, so it would be really cool to see what the other planets are like and the sort of areas you can explore in Tatooine. The fact you can go to light speed to escape as well is, again, a really cool aspect, and I am really excited for this. Like, this is something we've been wanting for a very long time, so I hope we can get a confirmation date soon from Ubisoft. That would be really good. So that's everything we know about Star Wars Outlaws so far. I am really excited about this one. It's been a big ask for Star Wars fans for the longest time to get an open world Star Wars game, especially with, you know, the ground to space travel. I will be keeping up to date with all the updates and news regarding this game and its release, so make sure you stick around for that. So guys, let me know in the comments what you found most interesting about this video, what sort of things you're looking forward to in Star Wars Outlaws. I'll be excited to read all your comments and I'll try to reply to as many as I can. I am actually really new to making videos, so if you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos from me. And I will see you in the next one.